Hi, it's Dr. Marco again. Here we are with the weekly health tip, video health tip. So we're continuing on our series of doing the opposite of what they tell you to do. So last week we talked about cholesterol and fat and the big myths regarding that and how we're doing that all wrong. And this week, let's decide. We're going to do the sun, exercise. I'm going to talk about exercise this week. Okay? Just hitting one at random. So, what have they been telling us how to exercise? Most people are going to the gym and they're doing what we call low and slow or fat burning exercise. They want to burn the fat. So they want to do their exercise and hope what they're doing during that period is going to help them. So what exercise physiologists and the scientists are finding now is not so much what you do during the exercise, it's what your body does after the exercise, which is almost more important for your global metabolism. So most people are just trying to burn fat by doing aerobics, by doing riding the bicycle, riding the elliptical, doing the treadmill for an hour at the gym. And unfortunately, the big thing is it's not so much how that affects your body in the short term, but the biggest impact is how it affects your hormones. The biggest thing controlling your body's fat, either burning or holding onto or increasing your fat, is actually how your hormones are affecting your body. That's the biggest thing. Exercise is just a little bit of that whole factor. So really, food is the biggest factor in terms of how your hormones are regulated. But exercise does have an impact. So usually what's happening is people are burning fat while they're doing that low and slow cardio, all that kind of stuff. But then in the day or two after they do that, very often if that's done repetitively for quite a while, it can actually stress the body and cause an increase in stress hormones. And when your body has increased stress hormones, you actually have the tendency to store more fat, and that's not good for you. Okay, so it's actually causing the opposite. But sometimes some of the other things it does, it actually increase stress hormones. If it's there for a long period of time, it can start to stress your adrenal glands. It can actually make your body start to waste away your muscles, maybe in your thigh muscles and in your butt muscles. It can actually if you look at the long distance runners, they're very, very, very skinny, scraggly, just thin, bone racky kind of people and very little muscle mass. So the new trend in exercise is doing something totally different. So you're actually doing what you're calling burst or surge training. There's other words for it, high intensity interval training, and there's some other acronyms, but that's the basic. The concept of that, you're going to do a very brief, high intense exercise. So it could last maybe like 20 minutes, 15 minutes at most, if you're doing a little warm up on either side of it. But I've talked about this before. If you look for another video of mine called Dr. Marco Burst Training or Surge Training, you'll see me jumping on a rebounder, a other rebounder, showing how this affects your body in a good way. But basically you're going to do I'm just going to do 30 seconds as an example, the 30-30 thing. So you're going to do some sort of full body movement as fast as you can for about 30 seconds, then you're going to rest for that amount of time. You can rest even a little longer until you catch your breath again. And then you're going to do that again. So you're going to repeat this series about 3 times. So that's basically about a minute. You do another 2 of those, that's about 3 minutes in total, a little bit of warm up on the beginning and at the end, and you're not exercising more than like 8 to 10 minutes sort of thing. So this high intensity burst, I'm not just talking about doing, what do they call it, cross training or something like that, where you're just doing a little bit of this exercise and a little bit of that one. You're actually going almost as fast as you can. Think of yourself running away from the tiger. You're not jogging away from the tiger, you're running away from it. So you can run on the spot as much as you can, you can do jumping jacks, you can skip rope as fast, but you're really going as fast as you can basically for 30 seconds. So you're going to rest, totally do nothing, just chill out, kind of sway a little bit, 30 seconds to a minute, catch your breath, hit it again. 3 times of that and you're done. So there's a lot of good, because what happens is that basically burns all the sugar out of your blood that's floating around in your blood, and your body just totally cleans out all the sugar. And preferentially for the next 2 days, your body's basically going to be burning more fat. It'll actually start the fat metabolism going, and that's what's going to be happening. So you'll be burning more fat for the next 2 days after you do this. Especially if you do this, if you go to bed earlier. Most of your body's repair and fat organizational hormone stuff happens during the night while you're sleeping. So the athletes who really know this, they really know to kind of get to bed early and have a good long sleep, especially if they're training hard, especially doing this kind of training. And the other big thing, the other myth I'm going to put together with this day, the growth hormone is the big hormone that helps pull out in your body. Growth hormone helps your body burn fat, keep you lean, and give you energy and all that kind of stuff, and keep you young, basically. So when you do burst training, it helps to increase growth hormone, like we're talking hundreds of %. But the other thing you can do, if you do something called intermittent fasting, which I've mentioned in another video, just go back and look for one of the earlier health tips on intermittent fasting. That was a 2-part series. So if you don't, let's say you have dinner at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, then you're going to go all night, not eat anything. You're going to wake up in the morning, still not eating anything. You're probably not going to eat anything the next day until maybe around 1 or 2 o'clock. So you've been having a lot of good fats, like I talked about last week, lots of fat, high fat, good quality fat meals during the week, and kind of getting your body to burn fat metabolism. If you do burst training or surge training in the morning on an empty stomach, we're talking thousands of % increase in the growth hormone. So if you put that burst training in the morning still on the empty stomach while you're going through the intermittent fast, even higher amounts of growth hormone are released into your body. So that's putting a lot of these things together. You do that stuff, and you're really going to talk about really changing your metabolism and increasing your health. So what are the other big advantage, if you think about this, how long people are spending in the gym and how much time they're away from doing other productive things. So isn't it great to say, I'm going to go to the gym and I'll be back in 20 minutes, as opposed to I'm going to go to the gym and I'll see you in 2 or 3 hours, like what's usually happening today, right? If you go do your burst training and maybe some weights or something like that, 15 minutes for that, another 15 minutes for the weights, and there you are, a half hour and you're done. And you got so much more time to be back with your family, back being productive at work or whatever it is. So the burst training and the intermittent fasting, putting those things together is some of the biggest, more advanced stuff that you can really do to really spark your metabolism, get your fat burning going, keep your body lean and give you good energy, and just keep you healthy, because your growth hormone is what restores your body. And also getting better sleep as well. Put those things together. Hopefully you share this health tip. If you're watching this on Facebook, please make a comment, share it, please. And if you're my clients, of course, you know what to do. And if you want more information about our office, you'd like to have an appointment for a good neurological exam to see how your health and your spine and your nervous system is working, please give our office a call. You can check me out at drmarcodc.com. Doctor is spelled out. And you can see the 2 places where I'm working, and we'd look forward to seeing you. We'll see you next week on the next health tip.